Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be talking about the one and only Turbo. But listen, guys, listen. This video is going to be very important, and also I need you to watch the previous video where I put Turbo in pretty much a very important tier list. So I want to know what you guys think about that. But look, I am thinking about hosting a Robinhood raid, and you know what? We're going to need everyone on board. Leave a comment down below if you're on board. Follow me on Twitter. Maybe I could create a Twitter DM community or something. Maybe I could create a community on YouTube, or maybe somewhere else. We'll see. But leave some comments down on YouTube if you are down for that, if you would show up, because we have to do this together. The whole point is to be efficient. The whole point is to like comments quickly. It is to overwhelm the post with turbo stuff. So that is the main point of it. But yeah, I'm super optimistic that we can pull it off. I mean, we seriously have one of the best communities out there, so I don't put it past us to do it. Like, I seriously don't. So if you are down for that and that sounds good to you, then just let me know. Leave it down in the comments and we will get to work, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, right? We will actually talk about news. There is not much news here. In fact, there's nothing that really came out new. Turbo has achieved a lot when it has come to exchanges and other things they could possibly do. So very nice on that end. That is what we like to see. So shout out to Turbo, shout out to you. And you know what, let's talk about some important stuff. First off, we did finally hit 110,000 followers, and now we're a little above that too. So the page is growing, which means there's some type of interest, which is what we like to see. Before I jump into the price action, we are roughly at 144 million market cap. Not the craziest thing. It is expected to be kind of around here because we have been dropping, and the trend didn't change too much. Volume is still pretty solid, right, considering our market cap. In fact, our volume ratios have gotten better to the market cap, because sometimes we had like 70-80 million volume, but we had 240 million market cap. So in terms of that, the ratios did get a lot better, which is what we like to see. Some people think I'm over optimistic about this coin, and look, I get it. It's down a lot. It is down a lot, right? But so is every other coin, and a lot of meme coins are suffering. And I'm not gonna pretend like that's not a thing right now. So, and we do have one of the best ratios when it still comes to market cap to volume, when it comes to how much we dropped compared to other coins. So super optimistic about the recovery of this coin. I still think it has a bright future. I do, however, think the next big pump we are going to get in the future, right? I'm not talking short term. I'm not really talking short term. I'm talking about by the end of the next couple months. I do think that is pretty much going to be it when it comes to turbo, right? When it comes to turbo, because obviously the market needs to end at one point, ladies and gentlemen, right? The cycle has to finish. So yeah, we will see how everything goes from there. When we go to the holders, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that we were losing some holders, but we are starting to gain some back. So interesting. Despite the prices being down and things being down, there is some interest still surrounding Turbo, which is what we love to see. So super excited and happy about that. I expect great things from this coin. I expect things to be pumping. I expect holders to be skyrocketing when we start becoming green consistently, when the whole market becomes green consistently. That is what I personally expect. Now we will talk about the technical analysis. Right, when we go onto the 4-hour chart, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that we have pretty much been creating lower lows consistently, right? I've been talking about this for a while now, that we have been creating lower lows consistently. One of the biggest recent things I said is that we have to hold this, and once we kind of broke through, I kind of knew we won't, right? We had a little bit of pressure, but I did say lower highs, so that meant we were going down. Now we still have lower highs consistently, right? We are still printing lower highs consistently. However, there is a little bit of consolidation around this area, and it may hold decently. Now, I'm not saying this is the start of the reversal at all. We still have some imbalance here to go, right? The imbalance is pretty much going to finish once we get to 0.00153 area. But right, we will see how everything goes. The weekly, right, the last weekly was extremely red, and this one is looking poor at the moment. We do have some decent news coming out for America at 8:30 a.m. So when you're gonna see this video, right, if you see within the first 30 minutes, just know that at 8:30 a.m. EST there is some decent news. Now I will say, I will go to Bitcoin very quickly. There are some reversal signs for Bitcoin. Okay, there are some reversal signs for Bitcoin. So, I'm not super pessimistic about this. I did have this, and I did have this marked up for the Discord. So I pretty much, look, we have these double bottom closes. So, and we had this liquidity sweep over here. We filled the gap at 78K, and reversals happen. Now, unfortunately, I didn't catch this on a leverage trade because I expected a little bit of a pullback before it went, but that is fine. And we did break out through this zone. So I do expect things generally to be fairly solid, right? Maybe a little bit pullback to here before we continue going up. Now, I will say there is a gap at $86,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to be, worried about that, because this simply could be a pullback to 86K before we create even more lows. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be the case right away, but there is a decent chance, especially if we hold this very narrow trend line. It is very, it's a decent possibility, because they create liquidity, right? They create liquidity for it to be swept. And what does that mean for Turbo? Well, if that is the case and Bitcoin does drop, then, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately for us, we would be going even lower, right? We would be going even lower. For me to see, very key signs of reversals, I would really want to see a big candle like this, right? A really big candle like this. And even if we don't, something where we start recovering some type of structure, because at this moment we're not really recovering structure, and that is a problem, right? That is a problem. And we do have to make sure we do recover structure, because the charts don't lie. I know not everyone is super high on technical analysis, but I'm telling you right now, the charts do not lie. And until the chart starts saying, hey, we are going to start going up, then we won't be going up. It's that simple. And for something like to get some kind of reversal signs, we probably need to be going sideways a lot, go up, right? Probably sell off of this area, but instead of going lower, we have to hold and then push above, right? Once we kind of get back to 0.004, I can probably say confidently that that is going to be the reversal. Like that, this area, right? This area over here, once we overtake this, this is going to be very bullish news. Very bullish news. In fact, even once we overtake here, this is still pretty much a decent amount of confirmation. However, like I said, we just have to make sure that we're not going up just to sell off this area to continue, going up and then going down like this, right? We want to be like the blue line where we kind of go like this and keep going up. So we need to see momentum shift. We need to make sure that even though there's daily order block right here, that we don't respect it too much, and that we continue going up. And once we kind of get above about 0.0038, be really confident, right? The candle closes will matter. The candle closes will matter. Like even when we go to something like here with Turbo, right? We saw reversal signs. If you're paying attention to the candle closes, you'll see low, double bottom, higher low consistently, right? Higher high, and next exploded, right? Consistently. You got to pay attention to how the candles close, ladies and gentlemen. Very important, right? Very important. So that is it when it comes to everything. I hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, let's do the raid. Let's do the Robinhood raid. I'll set something up either on Twitter or on YouTube, or we'll figure it out. I just need a couple of you guys on board. It'd be good to have 20, 30, 40, 50 of you, liking all the tweets, posting, leaving comments, and etc. It does make a difference. It really does, right? If you see the top 20 posts all Turbo, then trust me, ladies and gentlemen, they will see that. And you never know. Even though I do think we will be listed on Robinhood, this just might be the extra push, right? I'm just saying.